that latency.
That's right.
Hello. Is there anybody out there?
Hello, hello.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, good.
Okay,
There's
there's
an
an
ad.
ad. Okay. Well, I think
That's
we
fun.
are on, so we should get going. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to our live stream. We are talking about slang having to do with romance.
Yes, and speaking of romance, Valentine's Day was last week, and we were just talking about the differences because we live in Spain, but we are from the U.S., and we were just chatting a little bit about the differences in how these places celebrate Valentine's Day. Did you celebrate Valentine's Day? Did you do anything?
Not at all. I sent my friends some texts like Happy Valentine's Day, but it's really not a big thing in Spain.
Not much, yeah. You
I
see
think
some
maybe, like,
teddy bears.
Yeah, some like very in love couples. Maybe they're new, they'll do stuff, but in the US, you know, growing up as a kid, you gave Valentine's to all your friends. It was, thank you for checking the sound. Yeah. Yeah, like it was like a whole party at school. Everyone got Valentine's, and yeah, so it wasn't just like your romantic partner, it was like your friends, like people who were important to you.
Yeah. I have very fond memories of Valentine's Day because of celebrating it in school, because literally you bought like fun little Valentines and like taped little candies, and you wrote everyone's name on their own Valentine, and you like handed them out. We made little mailboxes to receive your Valentines. So it was just a really cute little ritual.
You put the paper over the shoebox and like decorate it.
We had lots. Every year was a different style of mailbox, and there was always that kind of hope, like, ooh, is somebody special going to write something?
You know, there's always that weird kid who was like, "Be my Valentine," and you're like, "Ew."
That was me. I was that weird kid. No. So I have very fond memories of Valentine's Day, and it was as just like an excuse to eat chocolate. I'm in favor.
Yeah.
Howdy, Julie. Where are you joining us from? Is that your mom?
Could be my mom. My mom is on the beach in Florida, so I would be very impressed.
And her mom is named Julie.
Julie is one of our best hype women for our YouTube channel.
Julie and Pam. They really...
Yeah, both of our moms. My mom's always like, I sent your new video to this friend and this friend and this friend.
My mom makes her students subscribe to our channel. She's an English teacher as well.
She's like, don't have an account here. I'll help you sign up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what moms are there for, to be
It's
your biggest hype ladies.
Fierce support from the moms.
Support.
All right, well, let's jump in to slang, talking about slang and romance. And the first terms we see on the screen here, crush. We can have a crush on someone, or someone can be your crush, like that person is my crush. Or you can use it as an active verb. I'm crushing on someone, and that just means that you like them.
Where do you think that comes from? Because like crush is like, you know, you like destroy something like a can. Like,
I don't know.
Your heart is crushed.
Yeah, maybe you're like you like them so much that it feels like your insides are being crushed.
I can see that, yeah.
I'm not sure.
I have felt that, yes. Strong feelings.
Yeah.
And then we have to be into. So if I say, oh, I'm really into him, it means I have a crush on him. I think he's really cool. To be really into. And this isn't just for romantic partners. Like, I'm really into playing the piano, too. Something I really like. But
Yeah, being into something means like really being interested and invested. And so if you're into a person, you are interested in a romantic way. But Erica does not have romantic feelings for the piano, and so that's a different thing. And
you
then
don't know that.
don't. I'm speaking out of turn. And then of course head over heels. So we are head, and then our heels are in our feet. So if you're head over heels, that means you're tumbling, like you like someone so much that you like you're tripping over your feet, and you're just falling in love, which is we did not include because it's a pretty common phrase. I don't think even qualifies as slang anymore. But right, so if you're falling in love, you can also say I'm head over heels. Like I am.
Really, you are smitten. You are really into someone.
Yes.
Head over heels. Very strong one.
And I would say a crush is also with someone who you don't know if the feeling is reciprocal.
True.
You don't know.
A lot of times it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know if they like you back or they maybe don't. So it's sort of like a private, like, oh, my crush.
That's true. And sometimes it's like celebrity, and sometimes it's like someone who, for example, my brother has a boy crush on Ryan Reynolds because he thinks he's just funny and he's good looking, but like my brother's married with 4 kids, so it's not like they're, Ryan Reynolds, he's never going to know.
He's heterosexual too.
He's heterosexual, but he has a boy crush. So you can have a girl crush if you are a girl, but you're not romantically interested in girls. If you just really, really admire someone and you're kind of like, oh, wow, they're so cool.
Yeah. And you can also have a friend crush. So a friend crush is somebody that you just want to be your friend. Like you meet them and you think, wow, they're really cool. I have a friend crush. I want him or her to be my friend. It's just complimentary in general. Yes. And look, Yuri says that's a good explanation for hugging so tight in your heart as to crush inside. Yeah. Thank you, Yuri.
Love hurts.
love hurts.
It can hurt, yes. Okay, our next ones. Ooh, I love these ones. Okay. I just love them. Thirsty. If you describe someone as thirsty or yourself as thirsty, it means you are acting desperately. You're a little desperate, like maybe you're really into someone and you're like always trying to call them or text them and they're not really giving you much in return. You appear thirsty. So it's another word for like desperate in a romantic, sexual way.
Right. You are on the prowl. You want something from someone in particular or in general.
Yeah, and it's not a positive thing. Like your friends might say, don't be so thirsty. Like don't act so desperate.
I mean, I think it's okay to be thirsty. Like it's okay to want to make connections and want to, go on dates and want to meet people. Like the actual being thirsty is fine. It's all about how you portray it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, if you come across as very thirsty, it can be a little bit of a turn off.
The meaning is it's not attractive.
Yeah.
This one I was really proud. I taught my 85-year-old grandma the meaning of thirsty, and she wanted it in context. And then later, like 30 minutes later in the conversation, she was talking about like, I don't know, a couple she knew in the 1950s. And she's like, well, he was acting, can I say, thirsty? And I was like, bravo, Grandma. You got it.
Yeah, understood the assignment.
So even if you're a native English speaker, even if you're 85, you can still learn new words.
It's true. It's true. And that's the beautiful thing about slang is that it's always evolving and it's like, we're reusing words and finding new words. And I think slang is amazing. And so thirst trap, which is, I actually like more than thirsty, a thirst trap. So perhaps you have been on social media, Instagram, for example, and you've seen someone post a picture in which they look really good. Like maybe they just finished at the gym and they're all kind of like sweaty and like muscular and their body's looking really good, or like maybe they just had their hair done, or maybe they're in a suit. They look good and they know it. They take a picture and they put it on social media. This is a thirst trap. They are trying to trap thirsty people who may be scrolling through social media, and they want you. They want they want you to like and then leave some heart eye emojis and like some fire emojis. Like basically they are looking for positive reinforcement, I would say.
Have you posted thirst trap?
A thirst trap? I try to post if I'm inclined to post a thirst trap, I do it with a little bit of humor. Like I make maybe like a silly face, or I try to like not make it super serious, because a really serious thirst trap is like not really my my brand. Yeah. What about you? Are you a thirst trap poster?
I don't think so. I mean, I mostly post myself doing stuff that I like to do, and if it comes off as a thirst trap to some people, I can't help that. It's just how I naturally am.
Amazing.
All right, let's do a few more. So, hit on. So this is a phrasal verb, to hit on. So if I hit on someone, I am flirting with them, I am approaching them, showing them in any way I can that I am interested. I am attracted to them. I'm hitting on them.
Yes, yes. And I think another phrasal verb that we didn't include on the slide, if you're hitting on someone, you're trying to pick them up. Right? So picking up a person in this context means like they're interested too, and maybe you make a date or spend the evening together. So you're trying to pick up somebody. And an influential person in this process of hitting on and picking up is the wingman or wingwoman. Which
Have you been a wing woman?
I have actually. Yeah.
I have too.
I have.
So a wing woman, well, we're women, so we are wing women.
Yes.
If you go to a bar, concert, anywhere public, and your friend is looking to pick up, looking to hit on people, they're on the prowl. That's another one we didn't do. On the prowl is you're looking for some kind of love interest out in public. And so the wing woman, you are there to support, to help. So I've been a wing woman to one of my bandmates, good looking guy. And then, so I would maybe, I don't know, we were kind of like conniving, like we're at a concert and it's like, okay, who are you into? Okay, I'm into that person. All right. Like I would approach that woman that he's interested in and try to strike up a conversation, and then he can kind of sneak in and we're friends. He was my wingman, but I didn't need him that night. I just used the eyes.
Humble brag. Yeah. I think a wing woman is really very important, because I think when women are out by themselves and a man approaches, it can be a little, like we as women, we have a lot of, we're alert. We're on the alert for people who are maybe threatening, or we want to know that a guy is, a decent guy. And we don't know that just by seeing you. But for some reason, if he has a female friend, if there's a woman who will vouch for him and say, this guy's okay. Yeah. Like that goes a long way.
That's true. It's kind of the female, I don't know, like connection, understanding,
communication.
Because if it's just a guy or a couple guys, we are kind of on alert because we don't know. Unfortunately, there are enough creeps out there.
There are plenty.
All guys have to kind of overcome this hurdle. But also, I think being women, it's nice. You can kind of be like, give them an excuse to get out of that situation
as well, right?
If they're not feeling it,
right. The other purpose of the wing woman is to pull the plug when things are not going well. Be like, no, she's not into it.
Yeah.
We gotta go. Amelie says, do you have any funny dating, crush, or ex's stories? Anything cringe? Wonderful slang, Amelie.
Good word.
Cringe. Oh, yeah, I mean,
where to begin?
Where to start?
My goodness. Maybe let's. Do you have one right away?
I do. The worst date that I ever went on. I was with someone and we were in Spain, but he was an English speaker, so there was no like language barrier, and he spoke about himself for about, I think he was really nervous, but he spoke only about himself for about 30 minutes.
Ooh.
And like I was just sort of like waiting, seeing if he was going to ask me anything.
Red flag.
Yeah. And then he eventually like kind of paused, and then he was like, okay, he realized he needed to say something about, you know, me. I don't know. I mean, why am I there otherwise? And so he goes, why are you American?
What? Seriously?
Yes. He asked me, why am I American?
What does that mean?
And I was like, I actually bailed him out. I was like, oh, because, you know, I wanted to be from the most nationalistic, you know, country ever or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I made some self-deprecating
joke, yeah.
Yeah, but he could like tell, like he said it and he was like, oh, that was very stupid.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
That is cringe. That's a good
It was very uncomfortable. He said many uncomfortable things,
Oh,
but
no.
that was just the first one.
Was that the only date you had with him?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I went on a date with he was a surgeon, or he had just finished residency. So like, I say this because it has to do with the story later. I wanted to go, this was during COVID, I wanted to go to a park, you know, super chill. You could like have a beer in the park at that time. He wanted to go to this like really nice restaurant, like pretty nice, not expensive. And I was like, okay. We went, we had dinner, it was okay.
Surgeons, huh? Trying to show
ladies.
off. No.
Watch out. No, I did. Anyway, I was like, oh, I can help pay for the meal. But my wallet's in the car. And he was like, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I was like, okay. And then like the next week he invited me on a second date. And I was like, you know, sorry, I'm not feeling it. And then he was like, in that case, do you mind like paying me back for half of that meal? I know, that's the face. That's the face everyone made when I told them. And I was like, I said he's a surgeon because he makes plenty of money. So it's like, he just did this to like stick it to me. Like,
right. You didn't like me, so pay me back.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, you didn't get what you paid for it? Like, what is this about? Yeah.
Oh my God. So petty.
And everyone I tell that story to, they're like,
petty.
he like sent me a Venmo request. He like requested through my phone for like a certain amount. And I was like, this is so rude.
I cannot believe that. I mean, I am so supportive of splitting checks, but like do it in the moment. Like you can't send me a bill later.
Right.
Like,
I wouldn't do that with anyone. I wouldn't do that to you. Like, oh, by the way, that meal I paid for.
Yeah. Oh my God. Remember when I told you don't worry about it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can worry about it.
Ooh, let's move on. Ooh, memories.
Okay.
Ooh, it's on to more fun stuff.
On to more fun stuff. Okay, so I think a lot of people are familiar with the term hooking up. I think for many people it has a different specific meaning. So hooking up has to do with a physical relationship of some sort. And depending on, you know, your age or your comfort level, it can mean different things. But hooking up means, you know, you're seeing someone and there is a physical element to it. It's not just like, oh, we're friends, or oh, we're not doing anything.
But it's vague, like what? It could just be kissing, right? It
right.
Could be any kind of intimacy.
Right. So if someone said, oh yeah, I hooked up with her last night. I mean, for me, like that doesn't imply anything in particular. That could really just be, you know, like, I mean, it's probably not holding hands. Probably a little something more, but yeah, it's really pretty unspecific.
Yeah. And then Netflix and chill is the same thing. So
oh, it's not. I don't think it's the same thing.
Oh, sorry, not the same thing. Netflix and chill is a euphemism. So it's a way to say like, come on over to my house and we will, you know, we're going to watch some TV, but you're going to do more. You're going to have sex.
Right. I think that Netflix and chill is like, you know, because if someone someone invites you over for like a movie night and you like are interested in each other, the possibility is pretty good that you're going over to have some physical interaction. So,
but do you use this with friends? Like,
absolutely
you want
not.
to
No,
Netflix
absolutely
and chill?
not.
Okay,
No.
because it has a meaning. There was a really fun. I think it was Trevor Noah who was making fun of like all these news anchors were using Netflix and chill,
Oh, really?
but they didn't understand like the implications. So, and I think it was during the pandemic, and they're like, "Oh yeah, people are just Netflix and chilling." And they're just like saying it all the time.
Yeah. It's like, do you know what you're saying?
Yeah, I think they need to watch this this video. And then booty call.
A booty call. Yeah, I mean, booty call, booty refers to the behind. And so if you make a booty call, that means you are maybe texting someone or contacting someone to see if they're available to come over and, yes, get physical. And it's like the classic booty call is like 2:00 in the morning when you shouldn't be writing anyone. You're not just checking in right with someone, right? And you kind of say like, "Hey, you up?" Or like, "What are you doing?" It's like, okay, I understand.
They've been out drinking. They've been doing things. Do you ever? I think there's some living in Spain. There's some cultural differences. Like someone can text you at 10:30 in Spain.
Oh yeah,
wanting to hang out, and it's I think in the U.S. that might be a booty call. But
I mean, probably 10:30 is like maybe
like
on the line,
on
the limit.
But here it's like maybe that's when they eat dinner. Maybe they want to get dinner.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. Let's read some of our comments. Amelie says, "That's funny. I had a guy write me a long cringe letter." Yeah, that was a bit much. I've had one of those too. I dumped him, lol.
Amelie don't care.
Amelie like, take your cringe elsewhere, buddy. And Yuri says, "Can fishermen also say that they hooked up a fish?" No, because hook up is a phrasal verb that specifically is for this instance. I would say a fisherman hooked.
Hooked a fish.
Yeah, hooked a fish. A good question. And that is a fun way to say like caught a fish, hooked a fish.
Yeah, and we usually say hook up with. So
yeah.
I hooked up with that person last night. Okay.
Yeah. And then friends with benefits. Unless you're friends with benefits, then you could talk about Netflix and chilling with your friends. That's true.
We don't have that one today.
No, friends with benefits. We'll get to that when we talk about defining the relationship. What do you think?
Awesome.
Okay.
Let's do some more. Ooh, to ghost.
Ooh. Ghosting.
This
God.
is becoming pretty commonly
Super
used,
common.
and common to
And
do.
just part of our culture.
Especially with there's so many dating apps, there's so many ways to meet people, and ghosting just means you stop replying to them. So we say, maybe you're excited about someone, you're texting them, and then one day they're gone. You say, "Oh, they ghosted me,"
Right.
or "I was ghosted."
Yeah. Yeah, it makes me sad. Like, I just don't think it's that hard to say, like, hey, I don't want to see you anymore. Like, that's so easy to say. And literally people just prefer to say nothing, and they just become a ghost. They just
so true, especially
disappear.
younger people. Yeah. I had a friend in his 20s, and he this girl was into him. They were dating, for a few weeks, and he was like, "Well, I don't know how to get rid of her," basically. And I was like, "Can't you just say you're not interested romantically?" And he's like, "Oh, I could never do that." And he's like, "I'm just gonna stop writing her." I'm like, "Ooh, that seems."
It's so much worse. It's really worse.
I think people appreciate you being upfront, but I don't know about the younger generations. Maybe it's just the way it's done now.
I guess so.
To ghost.
Yeah. Ghosting. So as Amelie used earlier, dump is basically the same. I think to actually dump someone, you have to have gone out for a period, no? Or you have to have had some sort of relationship over time. Like, I wouldn't say I'm dumping someone that I only went out with 4 or 5 times because we were never together. Like, I think you have to be together, really, in order to dump someone or break
and that
up.
maybe I would say it fizzled out. So if something fizzles out, it's kind of mutually like you just kind of stop hanging out. Like, there's not enough interest on both sides.
Yeah.
Dump is like someone is taking action to end the relationship, to dump the other person.
Yeah, it's kind of an ugly word.
Yeah.
But yeah, dumping also means to throw something away. So, or to sort of unload in a very like big way, unceremonious way. Yeah. And then if you've dumped or been dumped, you probably feel sad, which is normal and healthy to feel sad. But then afterwards you can be over someone. So if you are over someone, or we say she is over him, it means, okay, you are like healed emotionally, and the breakup or the dumping is not affecting you as much anymore.
Yeah. So the sad feelings, person, like you're over it. It's like an obstacle you get over.
Yeah. Nice. Are you usually the person are you the dumper or the dumpy? This is a touchy question.
What do you think? What's your guess?
I think you're the dumper.
I'm so bad. So bad. I'm reading a book right now, which I think will help me. It's about attachment styles. It's called Attached. So there's secure attached people who feel secure in intimacy. There's anxious attachment styles. So people are always wondering like what the other person thinks of them. They need like a lot of reassurance. And then there's avoidant, which you can guess which one I
who like doesn't want to like you feel how would you
like
describe it?
Intimacy, like you when someone has need, like it's easy for you to see people as needy or like wanting to be too intimate. Like intimacy can make you feel like it's gonna take away your independence. So basically,
interesting.
Which is hard to have that style in a long-term relationship.
For sure. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Cool. That's cool that you're learning about it.
Yeah. Do you know what attachment style you are?
It depends on my partner. Yeah, because I think I vary between anxious and what was the first one? Secure.
Secure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I've been in relationships where I've been more anxious because my partner was avoidant.
Yeah.
And then I've also been in relationships where I've been more secure because my partner was secure. So I think it's a two-way street there.
Yeah, and the book says many times anxious attachment styles, they kind of fall for avoidant because you kind of mix up their lack of communication for like, you're like intrigued by it and you kind of get addicted to that. But fascinating stuff. It's fascinating.
Stupid. All right, we are moving into the next sort of phase of our slang talk with the DTR. Who knows what DTR is? Write it if you know.
Write it if you know. I did not know this one. So now English, there's a lot of slang that comes from, I think, just from texting culture where you write acronyms. So an acronym is you take the first letter of several words and you just say those letters. So like BRB, be right back.
And like our comments are saying, LOL comes from laugh out loud. So it's lol. So DTR, if you haven't guessed by now, refers to defining the relationship. And I think I've seen this in TV shows and such as well. But it's a very common thing when you are seeing someone, you get to a point where maybe, it's been very casual. It's been sort of, maybe you haven't been exclusive. You've been seeing other people as well. But you get to a point where you are kind of wondering, does this have the potential to be a longer term relationship? Do you want that? Do I want that? And so it's common to have the DTR talk, which is the defining the relationship talk. So you're seeing like, what are we? Do we want to commit? Are we going to be a couple? or do we just continue like this, or what is the relationship?
Yeah, and there's so many ways you can define it these days. I mean,
my God,
there's
yeah.
being exclusive, so you
Right.
are together with that person, not dating other people. There's
Polyamory, like being in relationships with multiple people at a time.
There's casual, so you're just
Or non-exclusive.
so you kind of hang out when you want, but you're dating other people.
Yeah, it's understood that way. So yeah, defining the relationship, very important. And some of the ways that we define that as well.
Okay. So I think you mentioned being official.
Being official. And so that's kind of a funny thing. Like, how does a person become official? Or how does like a relationship become official?
Yeah. So usually it's like maybe your friend is seeing someone new and you're kind of like, you can ask them, oh, are you official? Okay. Maybe they're like, oh, we haven't had the DTR talk.
Yeah.
Or, yes, we had the DTR talk. We are official. So they are a couple. Maybe they'll introduce each other as boyfriend, girlfriend. That is being official.
Yeah. And about maybe 10 or 15 years ago, being Facebook official was also very important.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember this? Because on Facebook, you could put, like, if you are in a relationship with someone, and you could like link their account. So like you could just broadcast your relationship status to everyone. And so when someone put you as their like partner, that was like, whoa, we're Facebook official. Like this is
Yeah, because it was in a relationship
serious.
and then there was, it's complicated
Yep.
with, which like, do you know people who put that? Like,
Yes.
So everyone knows it's complicated with this person.
I'm a hot mess.
That's so funny. Or single, you know,
Yeah,
people are like,
single.
just so you know, I'm single, ready to mingle.
Yes. But yeah, Facebook official. Oh, those are the days.
That's so funny. Do they still have that option on Facebook?
I don't know.
Okay,
I have
I
no
don't know
idea.
either.
I don't go on Facebook anymore.
Okay, and then we have the word beau. So B-E-A-O, which comes from French, and that is just to talk about your significant other. My grandpa, when he was alive, he used to ask me, how's your beau? Which was the cutest thing ever. And this is gender neutral, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I think so. Beau and boo. So a boo is the same thing, right? Your partner, like your special someone. It's just kind of a fun way to refer to them instead of saying like, oh, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my partner, my boo or my boo thing. If you're cool enough to say that, yeah, I'm not cool enough. But
yeah, me and my boo went, on a trip. All right, friend zone. Ooh, this is fun. Yeah. So friend zone can be a noun. You can be in the friend zone. And this usually means you like someone, you're into them, but they do not feel the same way towards you. So they put you in the friend zone.
yes.
It's also a verb. They friend zone you, or you can say, I was friend zoned, or stop friend zoning me.
Yeah.
As you could say.
I'm not going to do any good, but that's fine.
Yeah, I have some friends who, it's usually, just I have one really nice friend who he's always put in the friend zone. It's very frustrating for him.
Yeah.
Have you been friend zoned?
Oh yeah. In college, I was like big time friend zoned, but also because I was like way too shy to actually make a move.
You were shy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm very shy. Erica.
News.
I'm super
This news
shy.
just in.
What? Honestly.
Does she seem shy? Let us know in the comments. I'm shy too, and people are like, "What? No, you're not."
It's like with certain things, with like telling someone I have a crush on them.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know who's not shy about it.
Yeah,
You're making yourself vulnerable.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. So yeah, but I would like, I thought it was really obvious that I was super into this guy. Like I would go over to his house and he made me pancakes and I was like, teach me guitar. And he would like do guitar lessons and I just could not get out I just couldn't get out of the friend zone. I was just his friend. Yeah. I stayed in the friend zone forever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And okay, Yuri has a question. Does beau sound like Bow, yes, but be careful because the second word that you put there, B-O-W, can also be bow.
Yeah, so a bow, like you wear a bow tie, that is pronounced bow.
The same.
Or like bow and arrow is a bow. But yeah, the verb bow is pronounced differently.
Yes. Yes.
But yes, those bows do sound like bow.
Bows, like for your hair or your bow tie. Okay, so friend zone, and then another relationship type could be the on again, off again, right? So this is this everybody has a friend who has done this or has had a relationship like this, where two people like each other and they're together, it's on, and then something happens and they break up and it's off. And then a couple months go by and it's back on again and they're so happy and everything's great. And then they have a big fight and it's off. And they continue like that for who knows how many years, possibly. But the on again, off again is a tough cycle as well. Just like the friend zone, it's sort of a tough cycle to break.
Yeah, and I would say, they're so on again, off again.
Yeah, or they are on again, off. Yeah, they are on again.
Or they have an on again, off again relationship, you could say. So,
yeah.
kind of an adjective clause.
Yeah. Do you have someone in your life that you've had an on again, off again relationship with?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You?
No.
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 Well, no, I don't know if that's true. I think it's more like I had the breakup, the dump, and then it was like you still kind of hang out with that person, but you're broken up. So I guess it was kind of on again, off again.
Yeah.
And eventually just off.
I mean, I think staying friends with your ex is just cool, just like being a friend, but it's not necessarily like on again, right? Unless you're...
Yeah, we were
actually
on again.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It was,
I understand.
It was a dragged out breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a clean break. So you can have a clean break if you break up and you do not see that, or you don't, do anything romantic, intimate with that person. That's a clean break.
Yeah.
And then you can
not
do
on
that.
again, off again is the opposite. And then coming back to our comment about the friends with benefits.
Oh, yeah.
It also fits into this. So a friends with benefits is another messy situation where you have a friend and they're just a friend, but you fool around. You are hooking up with them in some capacity. And you like to say that, we're just friends because you're not ready to commit or you don't want to, ruin the friendship because if you were in a relationship with them, then things would be different. And what if you broke up and blah, blah, blah. But I think most people that do that usually find that it's pretty complicated and can get a little messy. But being friends with benefits or having a friend with benefits is what some people choose to do.
Sometimes it's just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
Depending on the situation. If both people are on the same page, it can be good.
It can work.
Just you need communication always.
Yeah.
Okay, old flame. I like this one.
Yeah.
So a flame is like if you have a candle, it's like a little bit of fire, like on a candle, or maybe in a fire, but it's not like a big fire. But an old flame is like someone you used to be close, intimate with. You had a romantic relationship, and then usually it's years have passed. I mean, definitely years. So a lot of time passes, and then maybe you meet up with that person again. That person calls you up. So there's kind of like this flame that has never gone out. It's still there. There's still interest. There's still feeling between you. That is an old flame.
Yeah.
So like my sister, she dated now her husband in high school, and then he went off. He was in the military for 7 years. They weren't together. She's with another guy. And then after 7 years, I mean, they weren't broken up for 7 years, but he eventually came back into her life, invited her to a concert, yada, yada, yada. Now they're married with 2 kids. So I could say, she married her old flame from high school.
Yeah, old flame.
Do you have any old flames that you put that fire out?
Well, I think it doesn't. The flame doesn't have to be burning the whole time. Like I think that a flame, like you could refer to your ex as an old flame, right? Because it's like a past. For me, it also just means like some romantic relationship from the past.
I feel like I would use it like if you're like totally over them, have no interest. I don't know.
I still think it's an old. Okay. Because it's an old flame.
Okay.
I don't think it's like you know what I mean? Like it happened. It's an old flame, but it doesn't mean that you're going to reconnect or you're going to. Yeah, I don't think it's implied, but that's my. That's my.
I usually use it. It's usually for me when people get back together after years. I would use old flame. So, yep. We have a few comments. I think people often use will with
I and we.
I and we. Okay.
I often found this thing in the newspaper. I'm not sure exactly what the question is, Munasar. Will we? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking.
Maybe you could write an example sentence if you can think of one.
Yeah, if you have an example, we can comment on that. And Yuri says, do middle-aged people also use these slang words or only young people? Well, I mean, we are almost middle-aged. No,
probably officially.
we're
almost
getting
officially
there.
middle-aged.
We're getting there. These certainly are not just for like really young people. We have some at the end of the live stream. We're going to talk about like some very recent slang that like young people are using, and we're going to see if we even understand what they mean. But I think most of this slang is understood. Like even if somebody wouldn't use it, like old flame, absolutely. Hooking up, booty call, like a lot of these things, people understand what it is. What Erica was saying about the newscasters using Netflix and chill, I mean, that's sort of like, you need to look that, like, you should look that up before you say it on national television. But I think most of these are widely understood. Yeah,
for sure.
By most ages.
Good.
This one especially is very understood. The bromance. What a great word. A combination of bro from brother or like bro and romance. And so this is a term that applies to men who do not have romantic feelings for each other, but they have a very special friendship and they love spending time together, and they are like, they could be together, they're just they're not interested in men, but like they have all the other components are there.
Do you think there's something like, I don't know, like patriarchal, like, it's like, why do we need a name to call men who have deep friendships? It's like, it's kind of like poking fun at like, oh, you have a bromance, like you're so close and you talk about your feelings, which like, in my opinion, I think all men should have those, like heterosexual men should have
close male friendships.
But we kind of
it's true
poke fun on it by saying, they have a bromance, right? You would say.
Yeah,
it's a bromance.
It's a bromance, or you're in a bromance. Like my dad, for example, has a total bromance with his army buddy, and they've been friends for 30 years. And they like watch football every week together, and they smoke cigars together, and they like cook for each other. And I mean, you're absolutely right. It is like protecting fragile masculinity, and saying like, oh, like there's nothing, no, we're not interested in each other, but we just like,
because there's not a word for women who have those friendships.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just a given. Like, you have close friendships.
Right. It's totally acceptable for women to have close friends that they want to spend that time with, and men have to explain it like there's nothing sexual going on. Which is unfortunate. I agree, but I still think a bromance is to be celebrated, because it's just nice. It's a fun word. It's important.
It's a fun word.
And it's a fun word. And I
And
know
a bro, not everyone knows what a bro was. My uncle didn't.
Okay.
So a bro
Okay.
is a heterosexual man who typically, they're into sports. They're into like the typically masculine things. Don't really talk about their feelings a lot. That's your typical bro.
they like to show how masculine they are
Exactly.
in different ways.
And they call each other bro. Say bro, bro, bro.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah. They aggressively call each other bro. Yeah, so is the word bro also a slang word? I would say so. Bro. It's short for, right. I mean, it comes from brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like calling someone brother. And so shortening it, I think makes it a slang.
Yeah, and it has a very specific meaning, I would say.
As well.
If we say, oh, he's a bro,
Right.
what does that mean to you if I'm like, he's a bro?
He's a bro. Yeah, he likes to demonstrate his masculinity. Like he needs everyone to know how masculine he is. But I think if someone were just to call me, "Hey, bro," like, which they probably wouldn't because I am a woman. But if someone just calls you like, "Hey, bro," like it's kind of just like, "Hey, dude." Like it's just sort of another word for guy or person or man. But like referring to a bro, like don't be such a bro, is like don't be such a performative.
And it's usually women complaining about it. Men being
Men complain about it too. Men who are not bros are not fans of men who are bros.
I think you can be like a classy bro. Like maybe you're
absolutely.
into football, you're just into masculine things, but you don't have to be like
That's fine.
over the top, like in your face.
It's about the demonstration. It's not like, if you fix cars, that's awesome. But if you're always telling everyone about how you fix cars, it's like, okay, we'll just like calm down.
All right, let's get into, here we have these new slang words, which Sam mentioned, and these are, we'll call them Gen Z slang because we do not know them.
Yeah, we are old now, apparently.
A little bit, getting up there. But we're going to do something, so I have 3 words, which Sam doesn't know what they mean. And let's see if she can guess the meaning. Okay, so first one, flub.
Flub. I mean, it sounds like glove. It sounds like full of love, like something F and love. Like I'm full of love, or this is a fantastic love.
Very close. It's more vulgar than that.
Okay.
It's the F word.
Oh.
I effing love. So I flub him. I effing love him. I'm not going to say the word because my nieces watch this channel. So.
Yeah. Keeping it PG at least. Okay, so it's just sort of you're crunching 2 words together. I flub you. Okay, wow. Did not know that.
And I don't know if it's only romantic or if you're like, I flub pizza. From
right. Oh, interesting.
Pizza Hut.
That's a good question.
Okay, next one. Elephant shoes. Elephant shoes. Look at my mouth. Elephant shoes.
Do it again.
Elephant shoes. You get it?
No.
Elephant shoes.
I don't get it. Explain.
No? Okay. I'm going to do it without saying it.
Oh, it looks like you're saying, I love you. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. When would you use this?
I don't know if it's like, I read because I had to read about it. I think if you're like across the room from someone and like they're looking at, that maybe you're in a relationship, you can say elephant shoes. And it looks like you're saying, I love you.
So it's like code. Or like maybe you would text someone like elephant shoes.
Maybe you would, yeah.
And then know that you love them.
Yeah, maybe it's like one step, you're not like totally being
saying it,
being out there,
risking
that. It's kind of like making it, it's kind of fun, but you're not like you're saying it without saying it.
Okay.
So.
Okay. All right. Protecting our feelings. Got
I guess so. And L-bomb.
The L-bomb.
The
I mean,
L-bomb.
I know what the F-bomb is. I think the L-bomb must refer to love.
Yep. So if someone drops the L-bomb, it's the first time they say, I love you.
Ooh,
You say,
okay.
oh, she dropped the L-bomb.
Dropping the L-bomb. Okay.
Do you tend to drop the L-bomb first in a relationship?
I have. Yeah.
have, okay.
I've been known to drop the L-bomb.
Yeah.
You don't.
I'm so bad. I'm working on it. Hashtag working on it.
Yes. All right, we have some clarification from Mulasar. I read this sentence in the newspaper. Will we now be spectators to yet another legal drama? My question is why the writer used the helping verb will we. So we're talking about will here is talking about the future, right? Because the will is used in the future tense. Will we is just forming the question, is this in our future? Will we be spectators? Are we going to be spectators? So the will is sort of just sort of putting it into a context of, okay, is this going to happen, about to happen? Will we solve climate change? Is another way to use it. Will I or will you? You could use any pronoun with it. But yeah, it's sort of a open-ended question there from the newspaper. Thanks for asking.
Yes, good question.
Okay, my turn to quiz Erica. First we have a snack.
A snack. Okay, well, I know the original meaning is yummy food you eat between meals.
Obviously.
In romance, is it like someone attractive, someone you're kind of seeing, but not all the way? They're not like your meal, they're like your side snack.
Your side piece?
Your side
not
piece.
your side piece. A snack, so you were closer at first. A snack is someone who look good. It's a good looking person. And it is also can be spelled SNACC with the double C.
Really?
Yeah. And I love this one because it's featured in a Lizzo song in which she says, I'm not a snack, I'm the whole damn meal.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is just beautiful
It's a good line.
phrasing. So good. So yeah, if you call someone a snack, that means you are saying they are good looking.
I'm a total snack.
I'm a snack. Okay, the situationship.
Oh my God. I
So
love
good.
this word.
Yeah, right?
The situationship. Okay. I mean, it's not like a ship that you ride, but I'm guessing situation is usually we use it to mean kind of like dramatic, like something with drama. Probably has some problems. Issue, situation. So is it like it's like a dramatic, is it like an on again, off again relationship, or just like dramatic?
Could be. Very good. You're absolutely on the right path. So, situation, like you said, it means something is happening between two people, but it has not been defined. So either they have not had the DTR, define the relationship chat, or it's too hard to actually decide what you want with someone. So if you have something that's complicated, friend zoney with benefits, on again, off again, you can just refer to it instead of as a relationship as the situationship. Which I think is really funny.
I love that so much.
Yeah. So
I've had those too.
yeah. Haven't we all?
Okay, and then Riz.
This is the
no
best.
idea.
This is the best. This one is amazing.
Is it a verb? Is it a noun?
It's a noun.
It's a noun.
Yeah.
The Riz.
I think it's a noun.
I have no idea. Do you have any clues?
It's comes from inside another word. Its origin is from within a larger word.
Frizz. No, bigger word.
Yes. Bigger and
Ooh.
has more to do with relationships.
Yeah.
Do you know? Audience?
Audience, help me. I can't think of any words that
Riz.
Riz.
So I'll use it in a sentence. That person is overflowing with Riz.
Oh.
That person has Riz coming out of their ears.
What? What? Is it like flashy? Like they look good?
You're thinking like razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that. Getting close. They're sexy and they know it.
Yuri says no clue.
Yuri, I'm with you. They have Riz coming.
Yeah.
I can't think of a word that has.
Okay.
I will. Easy.
Well, because they changed the spelling to make the spelling cooler.
Okay.
Yeah. It comes from charisma.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So charisma is like a quality that someone has that makes them likable, that makes you want to spend time with them or sort of like their jokes, want to hear what they have to say, right? So Riz is the middle syllable of charisma. Charisma. And so now people are referring to people who are charismatic, who have charisma, as having Riz. So like we can talk about the Riz factor, which is saying like factor is sort of like a way of measuring something or a so you say if that person has a high Riz factor, you're saying they are charismatic, they are likable.
Okay.
Isn't that amazing?
I love it.
I was so excited. I learned that for this live stream.
Can someone be Rizzy?
Ooh, interesting.
They only have Riz.
I think you can be Rizzy. I think you can be Rizzy.
Because you can be charismatic.
Right.
Or have charisma.
Yeah, I think you can turn it into an adjective and say, "Oh, Rizzy, you are Rizzy." And I'm gonna type charisma into the chat now, and so you can kind of see we're breaking down the word into the syllables. You can see where.
I'm gonna make Rizzy the next big word.
Yeah,
Next
you by
hot
yourself.
word. Me by myself. I'm gonna spread. I have such influence.
I had no idea you're such an influencer.
I mean, the girls on our frisbee team say we are, so.
Oh, really?
They call us influencers,
That's true.
but.
That's true. Shout out to our frisbee team.
Oh my gosh.
I like the situationship. Yeah, that's funny. It's very useful. Very useful situationship. Well, this has been super fun.
Yeah, I like this one. Let us know if you're watching this later. Let us know in the comments if there's other fun romance slang that you like.
Yes.
Or take one of the words we talked about and write a sentence.
Yes.
That would be
Use
fun.
it in a sentence. Or say, somebody called me a snack. Is that good or bad? Yeah. So thank you for joining in for our romance slang chat.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you for all these the comments and the participation.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Mulasar says, do you regularly come live on YouTube? We kind of lost the habit over the December holidays and January, but we like to do it once a month.
Yeah.
So that's our goal. And if there is a topic that you are interested in, we would love to hear it. We can include that in our future live streams.
Yeah, maybe we can do a poll. Those are fun. So
Yeah.
maybe if we give you like 4 options of a topic and then you guys can vote.
Yeah.
It'd be
But
fun.
we are here for talking about fun English stuff and then answering questions and teaching a little bit as well.
Yes. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you in the next live stream.
Yeah, which will be sometime in March.
Yeah.
Definitely. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.